I'm not gonna do it because, well, as we've already established years ago, I lack the courage. Most of you can't even fathom how badly I would look at my fucking wrist and wanted to slice it open. That's why people cut. They don't, commit suicide, but they cut. And it's too vain to do that, too. She asked me, as a therapist, do you cut yourself with stuff? No. I know why people do it, though. It's a way to, it's the same reason why I told her I did do that. I scratched my skin until I formed bloody welts, But I don't use objects. Because that would leave all kinds of scars. And Laura wants to look beautiful. She doesn't want to have scars all over her body or whatnot. But I know it's a way, because the pain, the emotional pain you're feeling is so intense you can't take it. So you transfer it. You feel the physical pain, and it's like a release. I read about it. Because I have done it, just on a lesser level. I've never used an object. I use my own fingernails. Every time, when it comes to my desire to die or whatnot, I think it can't get any worse for me. It does. See? It's bad enough all the lies and half-truths, because some of it was true, Marion told about me in the past. But this, when I know that I stepped up to the plate and did everything I could for my mother, and now I'm being fucking blamed just because I chose to do what I wanted to do, and for 10 plus years, plus I thought it would put a little fear in her or something to know my mother wasn't being secret anymore. She doesn't want you as her fucking power of attorney, and Marion, now I'm being blamed for everything, being blamed for what my mom did to her own house, being blamed for even the fact that my mom wound up in the hospital. I cannot take it. The only time was I not thinking about all of this shit and worse. It certainly wasn't when I was sitting in Fridays down in those stupid beers and boring, but when I was at that where they were watching them dance and watching them, when I was sitting there drinking and watching them dance and watching them sing karaoke, I was feeling at least a little less tense, a little less hopeless, But then it's all over with, and wake up with a hangover the next day, Not to mention $120 hotel bill, why that man was laughing too. I'm sure he stopped watching my videos, but even if he didn't, he might just be watching them so he can laugh at me. I was supposed to do something about that. Joe's like, you need to make that your full-time. Yeah, Joe. I'm immobilized because I cannot accept that Marion is getting away with what she's getting away with. It was one thing when it was happening in the hospital, you know. When my mom was still in the hospital. But I thought my mom would get out and it would be rectified. Oh, little did I know, you know. Considering it's a blatant fucking outright fabrication on Marion's part, you know. And it's killing me. I can feel it. I can feel it killing me. And I don't even care. At least in the past I might have cared. At least in the past I had some fight left in me. I'm supposed to be fighting the goddamn landlord. I'm immobilized. It took all my energy. I was so... I'm gonna get to Dr. Beth, maybe even her husband too, and, you know, and tell her everything and get her advice. You know, she's mentally ill. She understands and blah, blah, and then she blew me off. Doesn't matter if it wasn't intentionally. It was just another blow by the universe itself. And the reason I reacted so strongly is because it hadn't even, you know, when something doesn't even cross your mind. It's just like it would never have crossed my mind that Marion was going to get away with saying that I destroyed my mother's house when I didn't do one damn thing to my mother's house. And it never crossed my mind when I had stressed to her how important it was to me that she would not be there when I walked all the way there and got there on time and everything. Because she told me, oh yeah, she said I could pick a time anytime. She's like, I'm going to be here all day. I have to go to this blah, blah, blah meeting for an hour and a half. I'm definitely going to be here. And then I get there and I'm told she never even came in that day. Understand? I had just been counting the days, just waiting. You think I was counting the days to my fucking therapy? You think I want to go to therapy? I have absolutely no desire to go to therapy. I told you I'm doing that just to... I have no thought in the world that it'll help me. I'm doing that just because it looks good if I come up for re-review, you know. It looks good that I went to therapy. But with Beth, I was like, all I kept thinking the whole half hour I was walking there was like, oh my God, I'm going to get to tell her, and she's such compassion and empathy, you know, and she'll give me advice and all this crap, and then she wasn't even there. And it had never crossed my mind in a million years she would not be there, so I wasn't able to handle it. So I proceeded to get drunk, and I was going to get a hotel, but I had limited time. I'd already used the library during the day, and the computer doesn't care. I had very little time, and I just couldn't find a decent, fully priced hotel even on a fucking Monday. I ran out of time, and then the idea of sitting in an all-night Dunkin' Donuts was just despicable to me. I couldn't take it, so reached out to my mother, hopped in a taxi cab, paid $80. Didn't give a decent tip like I usually do. AAA 74, I only gave me 80. So I didn't have other stuff to break in a month, whatever it was. And then I knocked on my mom's front door at midnight, and the rest is history. And now, only because, I had to make her feel a little bad, but I was making her feel bad, doing what my friends say don't do. Don't push her about this thing, yeah. Because you just want her to forever be first, because she's, even when it comes to her fucking kind of ass, she's just outright lying about me. I'm not supposed to say a word, not supposed to, in your eyes. Joe totally disagrees, But you guys who are so worried about my mother don't realize that I might be a lot stronger, but even I have my breaking point, I've said this before, and I didn't break, but one of these days it's gonna happen. It's inevitable. How much more am I supposed to fucking take before I actually do break? So now, because my mom feels guilty or whatnot, I get to stay here on the sly until I'm caught. Thing is, I can be caught so easily. All that has to happen is Marion has spies, or like even with that Redbox movie, if I had accidentally left it out, because I'm going to watch it tonight, didn't finish watching it, fell asleep watching it. That would be all it would take. Because even if Mary suspected I was here, she knows my stuff's here, so that doesn't mean my mom was giving me. Mary would probably never imagine that my mom would defy her like that, or risk supposedly losing her house, which is bullshit. Total bullshit. They've given her that threat before. They're not going to force her to sell her house. On what grounds? On what grounds? I didn't bother any of the neighbors. If anything, my mother bothers the neighbors. But I don't think she was all contained in this house mostly. I didn't do anything. Didn't do anything. Wasn't arrested for doing anything. Didn't do anything. In the end, Marion and the landlord can have a party, because I'm not strong enough to fight either of them. And in the process of not being strong enough, I'm losing Joe, because he can't deal with me. It's like, you never call me, you're always in a crisis. Yeah. I think I asked for this shit, Joe, to happen to me. Anyone who thinks that is ignorant. Joe's not ignorant, but it's not true. Like I said, it's not that I was happy. I'm never happy. But I was starting to just feel a little bit, a little with Bobby and, and Max, and he was so good to me. And, I was starting to feel just a little bit safe, or, like, a little bit, I was away from my mom, and then it just all came crashing down on me. And it didn't even come crashing down in a normal way. A normal way would have been just that I had to leave, but I had ample time to find a new place to live. No, I had to be plunged into trauma again. And I'd just gone through a fucking trauma with my mom a few months before. Now I walk around with a vivid, like a, it's hard to describe unless you lived it. I feel completely, totally hopeless and completely just weighed down by existence. Of course, it doesn't help being in that shelter because I never sleep. And I'm not really sleeping here either because I'm not here. You know, I'm here, but in secret. I'm not allowed to be here based on lies. It would be one thing if it was the truth, but it's not. I'm so tired. If I want to go to the library, I have to leave early in the morning. Otherwise, I can't go at all and just have to stay in here all day. Well, and I can't stay here today. I have no choice but to leave. I'm exhausted. Today, I would definitely, no matter what, have to leave. Social worker's coming and Marion's coming. Just a little weight. It's like I'm carrying it. My heart's broken. My time's over now. I'm gonna take a shower and wash my hair. It's not happening. It takes too much energy. I fell asleep with my clothes on and the light on. Didn't brush my teeth, washed my face mainly. And woke up like at 2:30 in the morning or something. Now I don't know what time it is, but I was probably going to be getting up soon with the dogs. haven't made my shake either. I've been here how many days now? You'd think I would have made my shake. I haven't had the energy. Instead, I've been eating shit that I shouldn't be eating. My mom's non-organic, even if it's organic butter. I'm eating butter and cream cheese and English muffins that are just dough. And you know, I shouldn't be eating this shit. I should not be eating this shit here because I'm so fucking depressed. I'm really depressed. Maybe I can nap like for an